What up, my fam bam? Ashley Elizabeth here with AHM Artistry, and I know I'm looking a little bit crazy with just this dramatic eye done, but I'm in the middle of filming a little tutorial. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. I'll link it down below in case you didn't. But I needed to stop and film my face because I did my eyes first, then I'm gonna do my face. And I went a little ham on my online Tarte order. I got some goodies. Some of it is just refills of my favorites. Like I love the deep dive for taking off my makeup, really good. They had a $10 sale going on. So this Rainforest of the Sea lipstick was 10 bucks, and that's a rum punch. Haven't tried it yet, but my sister loves it and I want to try it too. Shout out Nicole, hey girl. I'll look up at the website really quickly what the claims are and how much it was because I don't quite remember. All right, this jar of 0.42 ounces of setting powder retails for $34. For comparing it to the Laura Mercier one, that one is $38, so $4 more for Laura Mercier. But the Laura Mercier one is actually 1 full ounce, so your value is actually better in the Laura Mercier one because it's double the size for only $4 more. So we'll see if she's any good or anything like that. There are also 2 shades available. I have the translucent, and then there's also a deeper shade. It looks like sometimes the deeper shade's only available online, which is ridiculous, but let's see. It's supposed to help diffuse light to make skin look radiant, preventing flashback. We'll see about that. Helps to blur the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, which is what I need for my little crow's feet. And there is a netted sifter to help dispense the product, which had me excited. It says it's going to add moisture to dry patches but mattifying oil, so I don't know how it's going to do both, but we are going to find out. So today is obviously first impressions on this. I will be doing the wear test, and this probably isn't going up for a few days, so I will even continue to try it, and if my opinion changes on it, which is good or bad, who knows yet, then I will update you guys that at the very end of the video too. So enough about the specs and the chit chat. I'm gonna go ahead and do my base, which is my Huge Bouge, the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer, and the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation, paired with the Tarte Shape Tape, and then we'll powder this puppy. Okay, now to open up this little contraption. So it comes with a little powder puff. Maybe I'll use it, I don't know. Let's take off this little sleeve. There is a mirror in there, which is interesting. I feel like that would get very dirty, but we'll have to wait and find out, won't we? Oh, nifty. It's a nifty gifty. Oh, okay. Oh. You like pat it and it comes out. That's pretty cool. It's very, very silky. Ooh, I don't know why I'm smelling it. It doesn't have a smell. Yeah, let's go ahead and try this. So while I'm talking, I'm gonna go ahead and tap out this area because if I don't set it right away, things will start to roll around. That's just my fine lines working, baby. So let's go ahead and do one side. Let's try this little powder puff since they insist. I guess if you keep this in there, it won't get the mirror dirty. Maybe that's really the only point. Let's go ahead and fold her up, tap it. Whoa, it's weird in the net. The net is weird. Let's see if I can get enough product. It would be harder to bake with this, I feel. I ain't gonna bake, so if you came here to see some bacon, you came to the wrong place, because I got some dry eyes. I'm just gonna pat. Wow, okay. A little does go a long way, so maybe I am baking. Maybe you did come to the right place. It gives a very diffused look right away, so their claim on that is correct. Let's go ahead and see on the other eye if I can use a brush, because the net makes me curious. Let's see. Yeah, it's picking some stuff up. So let's just do the under eye how I normally would. Oh, that's going on very nicely. See, it's not as hard to get it to come out. If you push it in, it like springs up. So don't put too much pressure on it unless you want a lot out. I thought it might be really hard to get some product out. I still think it might be kind of difficult to bake. You might have to tap it off onto something else and then dip a wet sponge, because you wouldn't want to put a wet sponge into this. So if you're a baking gal, you might have to work with this a little bit to see what you can do. Let's go ahead and brush off this side. Make sure there's not too much product on there. Okay, while we're at it, let's just go ahead and do the sponge and the roll technique, the same one for Laura Mercier. Tap this on this side and I'll use the brush on the other. A little last minute testy poo. Make it more interesting. Oh, this just got interesting. How did that nosicle? I say weird things. You know, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I say weird things, okay? I like to rhyme. I like to say random sayings. I like to mess up sayings because I don't have a full brain. I don't know. This powder puff is cute. I like that. Okay, let's go ahead and brush the other side. Wow, that comes off way easier than I thought, but it seems like it'll be less messy. Ugh, too much. Don't go crazy or it takes out too much product. Okay, that looks pretty. No hate yet. No dry patches, nothing crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna look in my regular mirror that I usually get ready in and give you some up close video of this face, of this mug. Okay, you guys, I'm not gonna do my lower lash line for my eye tutorial yet. I wanted to show you guys this so you can see my eyes all up close. I went ahead and looked in my regular mirror and everything, and I'm really liking the results so far. My skin looks really smooth. It does look powder because the amount that I did, but it doesn't look dry. There's no dry patches. It's not clinging to anything weird. It's not separating the foundation and concealer or doing anything bizarre. It's not rolling into my under eye fine lines that I can see, and it's not turning like yellow in some patches. Now the Laura Mercier powder I've used for a year and a half now, and it does pretty well, but I'm never like, oh my gosh, like it's the best thing ever. I'm always like interested in maybe trying something else. So I was actually gonna get the Hourglass powder, but then this came out and I was like, let me try that first because it's way cheaper. So I'm gonna try the Hourglass one maybe still, unless I absolutely love this with further testing. But my skin definitely looks a little bit better with this one than the Laura Mercier powder. Not as dry. The Laura Mercier powder can sometimes cling around my upper lip and almost make it appear yellowish. Kind of weird, kind of odd. And then same thing with the creases in my nose. Usually I can already be getting some interesting creasing going on there, and I'm not really seeing that yet. So far I'm liking the result. Now flashback is hard to tell if I'm getting flashback with this or not because I didn't bake or anything. Let's know the real tea right now. My foundation and concealer are a little bit lighter than it should be at the moment because I've gotten a little bit of tan. So I need to go about 2 shades darker, to be honest. All right, that's pretty much all I can say about initial application. It blended well with my other products and everything like that too. No complaints there. So let's just go ahead and see right now how the wear test went. Okay. Hello again. Okay, so it's been 7 hours, so not a full 8-hour wear test. However, keep in mind it is the dead of summer and it is 1,000 degrees outside. It's like running after a toddler. It's sweating, it's humidity, but it's a pretty gnarly wear test. Even though it was only 7 hours, we were running around like crazy. Slightly oily, but about the same level that I would be with Laura Mercier. So even though it's supposed to be hydrating, I'm not overly oily like other ones, and I'm also not experiencing any dry patches. And then my under eyes look good. I mean, I got fine lines, that's not going to change anything, but they don't look excessive. They look a little bit better. Over here I'm a little dry, but over here is not a problem. So what I would say off my first impressions, I would say this is about the same as Laura Mercier, maybe a little better for dry skin because I'm dry skin. So I'm thinking it's a tad bit better, but not completely sure yet because sometimes we won't know off of one day in one type of condition. Tomorrow I will be having to wear my makeup for a very long time, so I'll update you guys in a couple days. I'll let you know how I'm thinking about this because I'm filming this ahead of time, and I'll let you know if it's something that's going to replace it or not. Oh, I do want to remind you guys that the value isn't necessarily there in this unless it's performing better for you, then the value is there. But the fact that this is only a few dollars more than Laura Mercier seems great until you realize that the ounces are half. But maybe you use less. I feel like I use less powder because I can dip it into the sifter. But I don't know, the Laura Mercier powder lasts me forever. So I don't know, something to consider if you're thinking about purchasing this. All right, let's see how it does after a few days of using it. All right, so it's been about a week since I first tried the setting powder, and I've used it probably 3 or 4 times now. So my opinion on it still stands. I won't bore you with the details because they're pretty much the same, except that when I used it with more hydrating foundations, it did oil up a little bit more. So this might not be the best setting powder for oily skin, but for dry skin, I'm noticing that I still like it a little bit better than Laura Mercier, which is what I've been using forever. So hopefully that helps you out, and this video was informative for you. Sorry, I'm just plain Jane today. I'm just getting over the flu that I had. Good for me. But that's it. All right, my fam bam, that is it for today. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you have any opinions on this setting powder, have you tried it yet? Are you going to try it? Do you want to? Do you not care? Let me know. If you are new here, please go down and hit that little subscribe button and join our fam bam. I had somebody ask me recently, what is fam bam? And I was like, oh, that's a good question. But basically, it's a obnoxious and silly way to say subscriber family, and I like it and it rhymes. So that's what you guys are to me, my fam bam. Woo! Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I hope you guys all have a great, lovely day.